Justin Bieber has announced that he has paralysis on his face, and he's been touring, and he had to cancel or at least postpone his tour. This is looking quite serious. So I'm going to play this video from Justin. He posted on Instagram today, you know, talking about his facial paralysis. So here goes. Let me play the video. Here we go. All right. Okay. Let me.
Justin here. I wanted to update you guys on what's been going on. Obviously, as you can probably see from my face, I have this syndrome called Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, and it is from this virus that attacks the nerve in my ear, in my facial nerves, and has caused my face to have paralysis. As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face. So for those who are frustrated by my cancellations of the next shows, I'm just physically, obviously not capable of doing them. This is pretty serious, as you can see. I wish this wasn't the case, but obviously my body's telling me I gotta slow down. And I hope you guys understand, and I'll be using this time to just rest and relax and get back to 100% so that I can do what I was born to do.
All right. My condolences to him. I hope he gets better. I hope he feels better. I wanted to talk about a few things. In the video, he goes on to say that he's going to be okay. He's just healing and stuff like that. But a few questions, a few things to talk about, right? The first thing is that I love that he went on social media and explained this. Especially like celebrities are put on this pedestal. They're pedestalized, they're treated like gods. And I think in this sort of new media landscape, we want to see the humanity in them. We want to understand them on a human level or relate with them on a human level. And so this really helped in doing so. Oh, I just realized I wasn't showing my face. Sorry about that. So this really helped in a human level. It helped show, the humanity in Justin. It helped let us understand, look, this guy is a normal person. And he also gave us a lot of awareness about this condition. So CNN did a brief report and they talked about it. Let me open it up. CNN talked about it. And it's kind of like, I just want to pull up what they said about it. This is where it sucks when I don't have a producer. Bear with me. Full story. CNN. Right. So Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, according to Mayo Clinic, Ramsay-Hunt syndrome occurs when a shingles outbreak affects the facial nerve near one of your ears. In addition to the painful shingles rash, Ramsay-Hunt syndrome can cause facial paralysis and hearing loss in the affected ear. That's crazy. So we know that Justin Bieber has Lyme's disease, and I guess didn't know that he had shingles rash, or what is causing this. We don't really know that much information, but that's kind of crazy to know that, thinking about his position and what does this now mean for his career. One thing that's interesting to me is that it seems like something that is not going to affect him in the long run. It seems like something that he could recover from. He said he's recovered from it. He's going to recover from it. He has the best doctors to ensure that he recovers from it. And let's also remember there's millions and millions of dollars being put into Justin Bieber's career to ensure that he doesn't get, or like he gets back on track and gets back to work. So he's getting the best medicine in the world, getting the best treatment in the world to make sure he recovers, and he just needs to rest. So do I think that it's the end of his career? No, I don't. But I think it's a very interesting dynamic, because this is somebody that is he's known for being a beautiful heartthrob, right? So people are used to seeing him in this sort of perfect image. People glorify him. Part of what people love about him is the way that he looks, and I thought it was really interesting and very vulnerable that he came on camera and showed himself in this imperfect state, showed himself, not looking like the Justin Bieber that people have fallen in love with. And now that's the question. Is that going to affect his social status of being this heartthrob, or has he already sort of removed himself from that already? That's a question. I guess only time will tell if that's going to affect him. But when it comes to his career, let's talk about this. So there are a few things here that I want to address, and it's the fact that the music industry, the way that the music industry exploits its artists, to the extent that someone like a Justin Bieber feels the need, someone like a Justin Bieber has been overworked so much. We know he's had like health issues with Lyme's disease. We know that, he's still recovering from he had like drug addiction, and he's like recovering from that. And this idea that like the label exploit musicians to the extent of to full exhaustion, because this is the idea that like, oh, this is the only way that they're going to make money, if they tour and if they do these things. And most artists hate touring. Michael Jackson talked about how he hated touring. Justin Bieber has talked about how he hates touring. And even though the last time he toured, it didn't end well. So it's like now the question about touring, having musicians do these world tours, is it against human rights? Like, is it an exploitation of these celebrities, making them do this? Because we know now with Web 3, and well, just think about even just Web 2 in the era we're in, you don't need to tour to make a lot of money. Like Justin Bieber is the artist that sold out a live show on New Year's Eve that was streamed. Like he didn't sell out, but he made, I think, over $100 million streaming his concert live back in 2021. So we know that Justin Bieber can, and he's also done this metaverse digital concert, which I'm sure made a lot of money. So we know that like he can make more money for the label without going to all these countries around the world. Now, are labels gonna have to change their strategy for musicians like a Justin Bieber? Are they going to have to change the strategy? Because someone like him, he's one of the few artists in the world that can get millions of people to pay to watch him do a live concert online. He's one of the few artists that can get away with even a metaverse concert. So why are we making somebody like him do these world tours that, number one, it's not good for his health, it's causing him a lot of pain? Why are we making him do this in this Web3 era? And does that now mean that we're going to be doing a lot more of these virtual concerts, more of these Web3, concerts like the ones that he did? And does that mean that every time from now on that he does a live show, the ticket prices, he only does it in a limited amount of locations? Maybe he'll say, I'm going to do 30 shows. That's it, worldwide. And you guys have to come to me. And does that then increase the price of these concerts? And is there a way to merge NFTs and Web3 into that landscape to ensure that look, guys, this old model is not going to work anymore. And I remember how Russ went on this rant talking about how record labels make a crazy amount of money, but they don't tour. And they've sort of made sure that musicians are such slaves to them that musicians feel that they have to trade their time for money. And the only way that musicians can kind of generate income from their music career is through touring. But this is a lie that the record labels have implanted in these musicians' minds to keep them in the rat race, to keep them on like a hamster on the wheel, to control them, because they distract them by making them tour around the world like dancing monkeys, when in actuality, record labels have made far more money off of Justin Bieber's career. His record label has made more money off of his career than he has. So then the question is, does he really need to tour? And are artists going to have to look at this new landscape where they do these digital virtual concerts, they do these Web3 metaverse concerts, or somehow integrate those things, as well as doing just a limited number of live shows to make sure their body and their health is in top shape? These are the questions to ask. Now, do I think Justin Bieber's career is over? No, I do not. I think it's an interesting question to think about if he does remain paralyzed in the face, because he did say in the video, they don't know how long it's going to last for. Now, if an artist like him remains paralyzed in the face in the long run, is that going to affect him negatively? Absolutely, because he's a heartthrob. He's a kind of like a sex icon, right? So his look is a big part of his brand. And this idea that this condition actually affects his hearing, it could, if it does make him deaf, well, which I don't think any of this is going to happen, but like if that was the case, that's going to affect even his music and how, because you need to be able to hear when you're a singer, so you're not tone deaf, right? So these are all the things and all the questions to ask. But when in the case of Justin Bieber, him having the best medicine in the world, him having access to the best doctors in the world, far superior than anybody, because he's a celebrity, so he's going to get the best people that just want to help him. And also he's very rich. So this combination of things means that he has the best healthcare in the world to ensure that he gets back to work. And there are hundreds or maybe even $1 billion that could be lost if he doesn't get back to normal. So moving forward, let's look at re-strategizing and creating new systems, not to exploit artists, especially the top artists who can sell out virtual shows and Web3 metaverse concerts. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. Guys, Cash App me, support. I post here every day. Cash App me. It's at the bottom left hand corner, KenimOba. Support, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, a peace. End stream.